It seems as though it is too late for Manny Pacquiao to apologize to Floyd Mayweather. Even if the injury is real, you know, even if it's fake, just apologize to Floyd and say, Floyd, I apologize. You won the fight. You won it clean. Because it's looking like Manny Pacman Pacquiao's last fight is going to be in Terrence Crawford. And it doesn't look like Pacquiao. Listen, for some reason, in my heart, and I'm a huge Manny Pacquiao fan, it doesn't seem like to me Manny Pacquiao is going to put in the best training camp when he's fighting a guy like Terrence Crawford. I really feel he's going to underestimate Terrence Crawford, or he may just be like, I made $150 million in my last fight. Let me just get this last fight out of the way, and I'm going to go do politics. I'm going to go swim in a saltwater sea. You know, I'm going to go preach. You know, like, so for some reason, I'm feeling that this is all wrong. This is all wrong. And Bob Arum is basically like, listen, like, if you think you're going to retire, then okay, you can retire, but you fighting Terrence Crawford. You're going to pass the torch, motherfucker. I like Bob Arum is not the type of promoter that's going to let you just sail off into the sunset. No, especially he's old now. He wants to see blood. You know, and if not, he wants to make sure at the age that he is right now, he wants to make sure that, listen, he's getting his money's worth out of you. And if not, he's going to make a star from you. And if Terrence Crawford beats Manny Pacquiao, that's going to be a huge feather under his cap, beating a guy who just fought Floyd Mayweather, won or lost. And that goes for any Mayweather opponent. You beat a Mayweather opponent after Mayweather beats him, you are a star. So, by the way, History Controversy. This is History Controversy Live. I cover every single major fight live. Please subscribe. It's hard to believe because for some reason, I don't believe that Floyd Mayweather's gone. You know, there's rumors of him. I'm going to save it for another video. Floyd Mayweather's not retired. Floyd Mayweather is doing, I'm going to save it for another video. But if Manny Pacquiao retires, I really believe he's really going to be gone from the sport of boxing. So the question is, who else will we want to see Manny Pacquiao in if this is really going to be, which I believe is going to be his last fight? I would love to see him against Marquez. But right now, Bob Arum is the promoter. And we know that when it comes to Manny Pacquiao, I'm going to talk to my promoter. We know that Bob Arum picks his fights. So if Bob Arum is saying Terrence Crawford, then Terrence Crawford it shall be. Pacquiao versus Terrence Crawford, April the 9th, 2016 in the MGM Grand. I was hearing it was going to be over in Macau, but now it's looking like they're going to end his last fight in the States as it should be because he became a star over here. So the question now remains is, since we know, and I know people want to say, well, why not he fighting this person or that person? It's going to be Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford got the knockout he was supposed to get against Dirigeant because that fight shouldn't have went the distance. Because in a fight where you're about to jump up the pay-per-view class and jump up a whole different weight division, by the way, actually, Bob Arum is saying the fight's going to take place at 140, which is going to be interesting because I want to see if Manny Pacquiao can weigh 140 pounds again. Many people say he can, you know, but it's going to be interesting for a man who's fought the last few years at above the last few years, several years now, but 4 years, you know, over the 140 pound limit. So it's going to be interesting to see, you know, him at this age, 36 years old. What is he going to be, 37? Is Pacquiao going to be 37 in December or something like that? But to see, you know, an older fighter like that have to go down in weight or go down in weight. Now, I understand the logic behind it because it's like, well, if you fight Terrence Crawford, why don't you fight him for his belt? And possibly if you win, you can go out a world champion. We all know, or you should know, that the WBO and Top Rank Boxing have a nice, solid relationship. So I can understand the logic behind having him fight Terrence Crawford at 140. But I think, in my opinion, it would be handicapping Manny Pacquiao to it's like bringing Manny Pacquiao down to it's like bringing Pacquiao down to a catch weight. It's almost like Bob Arum is really saying, like, well, listen, if you fight Terrence Crawford, fight him at 140 because then, listen, if you retire, it's almost like they want, now that I'm looking at it, do they want the Pacman to lose? Do they want the Pacman to sail off into the sunset? I mean, you know, he's Bob Arum's biggest money maker, and I'm guessing since he's on his way out the door, and Bob Arum's old, come on, Come on, he thinking like, well, I don't care. I'm probably not going to be. I'm just joking. But he's probably, but you never know. He's probably thinking I'm not going to be around, that much longer. So I want to see blood. So he want to make sure he collect as much money as he possibly can. The man in his 80s, like 85, 86. So it's going to be interesting to see. I'm interested in seeing what boxing style Terence Crawford is going to employ against Manny Pacquiao. Is he going to do the whole ambidextrous southpaw thing? Is he really going to try to do that against the Pacman? And Pacman is going to be the hardest puncher and the fastest fighter he's fought since Gamboa. And I think Pacquiao was bigger and more skilled than Gamboa. And Gamboa was having his way with Terence Crawford in the early rounds, even though Terence Crawford beat his ass. He simply destroyed him later in the fight. But if you remember, Yurkis Gamboa was giving Terence Crawford some problems. That's why it was one of the fights of the year. It was a very exciting fight, not because Terence Crawford knocked out Gamboa, but Gamboa was looking very good also in the earlier rounds. So Terence Crawford, Manny Pacquiao, I'm going to buy the fight on pay-per-view. It's a fight where you got to understand that, like, if Floyd Mayweather is really retired, Floyd Mayweather went out on Andre Berto. Manny Pacquiao, if he's retired, he's going out in a tough fight and going down in weight to fight this tough fight. It can't get no tougher than that. And if he beats a Terence Crawford, he should get all the respect in the world, because right now, a lot of people are saying that he don't want no parts of Terence Crawford. One thing I've noticed is you hear Freddie Roach talking shit about everybody. He don't talk no shit about no Terence Crawford. Did you notice that? Look at all the interviews. He talks shit about everybody. They never called out. He don't even talk about Terence Crawford. It's almost like he know, like, yo, this kid is dangerous. Terence Crawford is very dangerous. And if he's able to take the left hand, the advantage of Manny Pacquiao, one of his own, we all know Pacquiao is left hand crazy. He's got better defensively and became a better boxer over the years. But you know that Pacquiao's dangerous when he continuously lands with that left hand. If Terence Crawford is able to go southpaw successfully and take that away from him, it's going to be over for the Pacman. I don't see the Pacman getting stopped, but I see the Pacman face getting busted up. But regardless, I'm not disrespecting the Pacquiao. I got Pacquiao defeating Terence Crawford, but what I'm saying is Terence Crawford is a real solid opponent. This is not just some fight they're just putting together. This is a really big fight stylistically wise. Even if Terence Crawford is not known on a grand scale, just like Pacquiao has all the Philippines behind him, Terence Crawford is bringing the whole state of Nebraska behind him. So can you imagine how Vegas is going to have just all those people from Nebraska? They're going to be riding out. So it's a dangerous fight. I don't know. Like, I hear people talking about it, but I don't know if people are really understanding how dangerous of a fight this is for Manny Pacquiao, and also how dangerous of a fight this is for Terence Crawford, because I don't see Terence Crawford losing on the cards. If Terence Crawford loses to Pacquiao, he's going to probably get knocked out or get his face busted up. You know why? Because he takes some clean shots, man. Even Darius Jean was hitting him with some bombs. So, especially when he switches to southpaw, he has a little bit of time, like, in between that switch, that he has to adjust to being a southpaw. So he takes some clean shots during that time. So, I just don't know, man. I just don't know. But regardless, I'm going to be buying the fight or having somebody there or being there. It's a different day now. And then April, so long away, came so far. Now it's time to start taking bigger steps. T-Street Controversy, all my social media is right below. Follow me on Twitter. T-Street Controversy on Instagram. T-Street Controversy on Facebook. Of course, I got a whole bunch of fraudulent accounts around here from other people, whatever the case may be. I cover every single major fight live. Please subscribe.